Hi, take your mind back, right back to 2014 when I did my first solar roadways on Solar Freaking Roadways, our most favorite solar roadways ever, and all the videos since. I don't even think this is all of them. Anyway, you thought 2020 wasn't going to go by without new solar roadways action, but right at the end here, I just did a video December 18th about how the French Colas solar wattways made a comeback and got some funding from Uncle Sam in the US. So, and you thought it was over. You thought, no, surely. I even wondered, I think I speculated in this video, whatever happened to our good mates Scott and Julie Broussard of Solar Freaking Roadways fame? What about, surely they're probably out of money now and, well, they're probably looking for some new funding. Well, they delivered. You remember the 2.2 million Yankee bucks they raised in their infamous Indiegogo campaign back in 2014, and all the funding, actually before that and since, for a total of $3.9 million, and they ended up with, well, a flashing light show in front of a block of dunnies here in Sandpoint, Idaho. It's still going though. You gotta give it to them. Anyway, they delivered. They're back. They ran out of funding, but the fanboys delivered for another round of 1 million Yankee bucks. This time, not through crowdfunding as such, but through actual stock placement. This is startengine.com, and these are investors. True believer investors. It just finished and they raised just over $1 million again. And yeah, for a $30 million valuation. Oh, it's, why? Well, just because, reasons. And of course, they just uploaded the same famous
Roadways.
What are they? They're Solar Freaking Roadways. It's exactly the same video. There's nothing new here, folks. It's recycled and it's, yeah, it's all the same. Exactly the same. And it's oversubscribed, and it turns out that this was one of the fastest start engine revenue raising in history or something. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so they've secured their funding for the foreseeable future. But not only that, they got some more Uncle Sam bucks. Let's go to their Facebook page, shall we? So here's the Start Engine announcement. Huge news! We are so excited to report that our campaign is now fully funded. Thanks to you all, Start Engine has confirmed that Solar Roadways broke their record for a first-time Reg CF campaign by becoming fully funded in a little over 21 hours. So obviously, everyone on their Facebook page, and they've probably got a mailing list and everything else, they contacted everyone, and yeah, they got their funding in like 24 hours. Unbelievable. Many of you have told us you invested, and so we're so grateful for you. The numbers were flying out once we reached 900k in a mad scramble as people tried to get in before it closed. It's still possible to be put on the wait list in case people drop out. You can still sign up and invest in Solar Freaking Roadways. We always say we have the best supporters in the world, and this confirms that once again. Our Solar Roadies broke 2 records for us on Indiegogo and earned us the prize for the popular vote in both GE, Eco-Imagination contest. Put it all together, we believe this is a message that the world is truly ready for Solar Freaking Roadways. Well, we've been ready since 2014, and well, it's been like 6.5 years, and still we've just got some flashing lights out the front of a dunnied lock that doesn't generate any power, as we saw. So it's produced 73 kilowatt hours in its lifetime. That doesn't include the little piddly amount that it produced over here. Back in 2018, it was producing like at its absolute peak. Oh, look, 1.12 kilowatt hours. 1.12 kilowatt hours. Phenomenal. So yeah, it's produced nothing in the last week. So I don't even know if it's like, they're still flashing lights. I don't even know if it's still connected. Unfortunately, this is like their latest, this is the new system they're hooked up. They're not hooked up to the Enphase system anymore. But 73 kilowatt hours. I know some houses with solar arrays big enough that produce 73 kilowatt hours in one day. For comparison, my own 3 kilowatt home solar system, which is smaller than this in terms of area, I believe, generates like 18 times that. Like, oh, sure enough, it's summer here, but yeah, even during July, I was still getting like over 6 kilowatt hours a day. Look at that, 8 kilowatt hours a day in July. They couldn't even manage one in summer. But anyway, there they are. Happy Scott and Julie Broussard, who've just got their new funding. Woohoo! You got to take your hats off to them. This has been a pretty sweet gig for the last like 6.5 years, and it's still going to continue for many more years. You thought it was over. You thought 2021 wasn't going to deliver solar freaking roadways. You were wrong. But anyway, let's scroll down here. Here it is. On December 5th, we have big news, solar roadies. That's what they're known as, solar roadies. I just call them true believers.
Look, Santa Claus told me to find you guys. He said you guys were the only ones who would know what to do. He said Christmas must endure. Christmas must endure. True believers? Here's. My family tree. Everybody except
Dave Jones and every engineer on the planet. As most of you know, we have successfully completed 3 US Department of Transportation contracts. Yes, they have, because they raised, here they are, they raised $100,000 over here for their phase 1. Then they raised another $750,000 from Uncle Sam here in phase 2 US dollars, like a Department of Transport thing. Then the Indiegogo campaign, then the Indiegogo on demand, and then they had a phase 3 for another $750,000 because it was so darn successful. They massaged the data so well that they were able to get a third round for a total of $3.9 million total funding. But now they've got another $1 million from here, and I don't know, I cannot find how much they've gotten, but they've got a new US contract again for the 4th time. Now we have been notified that we have been awarded another government grant. It's our first US department, and this is not just the Department of Transport. This is the Department of Defense, sponsored by the Air Force Research Laboratory. We applied some time ago, but there are massive delays due to COVID. Finally, we got happy news. Stay tuned for more details as we commence. We've heard from several military bases and are looking forward to working with them. Them go green. And since roller panels are first and foremost intelligent infrastructure, you can imagine what the intelligence can do for the military. Just imagine what these interconnected panels can do. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, just imagining all the possibilities. The funding will be very welcome too, and will help us move forward more quickly. If you would like to be the first to receive such news, please email, sign up for the newsletter. There you go. You can sign up. Yes, aircraft carriers! Solar freaking aircraft carriers! This is just, yep. Look at them, they got the tiles on there. Oh, no, nice Photoshop work. Brilliant, yep. That's what you want on the deck of your carrier. You want glass strip. They haven't even driven a car on this in 6.5 years. Because driving cars on solar panels worked so well in France and the Netherlands and China and everywhere else it's been tried. So yeah, over here on PitchBook, it actually shows that they were founded in 2006. I'm not sure if that's right. Anyway, they've got 8 employees. Yep, they just raised new crowdfunding for $1 million. And yeah, equity crowdfunding, $1 million grant. This is hidden, but we know exactly what these previous grants were. $750,000, $750,000, and $100,000 for a total of $1.6 million. And that is confirmed over here as well in a Department of Transport info blurb. They've got on solar freaking roadways raised over $2.2 million, but their total SBIR investment is $1.6 million, and now they're going to invest even more. Although I guess it's not DOT anymore, it's some military division. We considered pitching to a large investors, but what we really want is for our supporters to be able to own solar roadways with us. We are blessed to have interest from all over the world, and we'd love to have all our solar roadies join us. Now you can help make the world greener and safer place, blah, blah, blah. And in less than 22 hours, yep, they met their $1 million funding goal. I'm just going to Google that. How can I invest in solar roadways? What's the best way for me to invest in solar roadways? It's a Reddit thread. Woohoo! This is from 6 years ago, but it's worth the lols. What's the best way for me to invest in solar roadways? These would essentially be replacing major roads with solar panels that are fit for wear and tear. They also have many other benefits. Question mark. What's probably the best way for me to see a profit off of this, and who should I put my money to do this with? The reason this isn't being seriously funded is because it's a horrible idea. Next post, take money out of your wallet, get lighter, light the money on fire. Same result as investing in this scam. Don't throw your money out the window. It's a Reddit smackdown. And of course, if you search Google Images for solar roadways failure, solar roadways turned out to be a colossal failure. Photos show world's first solar road. There it is. It's a total and epic failure. There's my one. Stop this madness. Where was that? Was that the German one or the solar road? That's the classic solar road. Anyway, we've all seen the photos of the solar road ones in Netherlands, which they've ripped up. And of course, the French Colas Wattway one, which was an epic fail. And every single installation of solar roadways has been ripped up and removed because it's a total and epic failure. You can't drive cars on solar panels. Who would have figured? But of course, solar roadways has been featured in Boner County, Forbes, Wired, Australasian Bus and Coach, Boner County again, Mashable. You know all the best stuff's on Mashable. NBC, more Boner County. Everyone's getting a boner over solar roadways. Huffington Post, Engadget. More boner. More Wired. I effing love science. And Hackaday. Solar roadways, I give you permission to put the EEVblog logo here if you link to my solar roadways videos. You're welcome. If I go on the waiting list for this puppy, just in case somebody pulls out, look, I can get these coins. Look at them. I so want that. A real solution. Dynamic lines and signage, heated surfaces, that works so well. So when they're shoveling it off. Solar energy, intelligent. No wonder the military's after this technology. Intelligent infrastructure, greener and safer. Scared of hitting moose. Yes, I am petrified of hitting moose. I need solar freaking roadways. And I want a coin that says I'm a sucker. Investor in Start Engine. So how much did people get duped out over here on Indiegogo? Looks like the minimum $10. I didn't know. I forget. It's been, 6.5 years ago. The minimum was $10. 5 people claimed $1,000 donation. Well, the new one, how much can you, minimum you can get in is $295. Start Engine's onus bonus. This offer is, it's basically tier 1 perk, 15% merchandise discount from the online store. And then you get 1 coin if you're back with $1,000. What a bargain. 2 coins for your $5,000. You get 3 coins for $10,000, 4 coins for 25 grand. And for a lousy 100,000 Yankee bucks, you get the tier 6 perk, which is the investor exclusive coins. You get all 4 of the coins, plus you receive one of the new design SR5 solar road panels. Wow. Because it's the Department of Defense, I assume they're going to get at least another $750,000. So it's probably going to be close to, or even more than $2 million US funding. But we don't know details on that yet. But yeah, so all these suckers, investors in this, because I guess you get shares in Solar Roadway now. You get equity. I've been following Solar Roadways for over 2 years now. I'm so sad that I wasn't able to invest early. Now I'm on the wait list. Please accept my request. I don't want to be left out of this revolution. Selvin, we really feel for you here at the EEVblog. We really do. Hi, Selvin. Sadly, it's not up to us. Start Engine will keep you on the wait list in case someone else drops out. Thank you for being with us on the journey. We sure hope to get in. And thank you, Solar Roadways. It has been an incredible journey after 6.5 years to get to this magnificent example of completely practical technology. Any chance of including internet access as a return on investment? Oh, brilliant. Thinking. Correct. No more towers and no more dead spot. You can do away with towers with Solar Roadways now. Correct, says Scott and Julie Broussard. The internet and cell coverage providers could lease the cable corridors alongside the roads, providing access everywhere. We've talked to both utility companies and data companies, and all have loved the idea. They've loved the idea of integrating with Solar freaking Roadways. And there they are at Solar Roadways headquarters. Oh, I've got the big map on the wall. Solar Roadways headquarters, just watching the investor level go up and up in the 21 hours it took them to get their thing. Over 900K. Woohoo! We closed it out in 22 hours. Yay! All the kids are excited. But I know you all want to jump on the Solar Roadways share bandwagon, so but let's look at the risks. A crowdfunding investment involves risk. You should not invest any funds in this offering unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. Yeah. You're guaranteed to lose your entire investment because Solar freaking Roadways is not practical, as I and others have explained in countless videos that anyone with a functioning brain and a calculator and an envelope and a pen can figure out. Well, here's their offering memorandum. So they raised just over $1 million in common stock at $4.55 a share. So 235,000 shares of common stock maximum. But you get a bonus for this round, 10% bonus. Oh, competitors and industry. The industry is infrastructure and includes all walking and driving services, including roads, parking lots, driveways, sidewalks, military bases, etc. Anything currently made of asphalt or concrete. Therefore, this is a global industry. We've spoken with manufacturers in the US, Canada, Germany, Austria, and not Australia, and South Korea. We plan to start manufacturing US and then expand to the rest of the world. Competitors, Solar Road, located in the Netherlands, complete and epic failure. What way? In France, complete and epic failure. Quillo, Solar only. Oh yeah, okay, I didn't remember their name. Located in China, complete and epic failure. Within days, it was down. Pladio, Solar only. I mentioned that on like a quick second channel little rant video. But yeah, pedestrian surfaces only. The industry landscape is all walking and driving surfaces in the world. We plan to be a global business. We are the original Solar Roadways, just like the original Swiss Army knife versus the genuine Swiss Army knife. They were different until they bought them out. Anyway. We first presented the concept to the world. Some competitors have sprung up in other countries with less technologically advanced products. Really? The French road giant Colas Wattway, which I think is by far the best implementation of Solar Roadways with their thin little sheet you can overlay on. That was a complete, they couldn't make it work, complete and epic failure. Yet you want to think that your little solar, where is it? There it is. This disco light show glass panel is going to work. Really? Try some cars on it. Because the only thing that's ever been driven on Solar Roadways is this John Deere tractor, which in my original first video I looked at, it weighs half as much as my Hyundai Ioniq car, and it's got huge low pressure large tires that distribute the weight evenly, and they're just putting along in this little John Deere tractor. But oh, it's a tractor, it must be heavy. No, these things are light as. And of course, it's been well documented what happens when you drive cars on these things in France, Netherlands, China. Was there one in Germany? I don't know. There's been too many of them. But I just can't wait for an F-18A land on a carrier deck with Solar freaking Roadways. Please, can I go watch? Look at all these new hires. There's these new faces I haven't seen before. Director of Science, advisor, scientist. So they got one, I assume she's a full-time because it doesn't say advisor. So advisor, scientist, advisor, manufacturing engineer, advisor, mechanical engineer, mechanical drafting and support, presumably full-time. Ron Kudo, advisor, electrical engineer. G'day, Ron. He's a fellow electrical engineer, and along with Scott Broussard, who of course has a master's in electrical engineering. So he absolutely knows the practicality of solar roadways, and it's just a winner. Founded by a husband and wife team on a mission, Solar Roadways has captured the imagination of a world in need of change. Let's have a look. Road data for solar road panels, real-time weather and light condition. It can measure weather and light now? Wow. Traffic conditions, wildlife presence, disabled vehicles, crime, vehicle weights. It's got a strain gauge in it now? Wow, fantastic. Data alerts, state traffic management, feed all that data in the state management traffic centers, data analysis, decision-making, speed adjustments, road planning, city planning, first responders, consumer safety. On the glass, yeah. Convenience, navigation, parking lot, road becomes a navigation display. Oh, it's just, no wonder people are investing in this. Produces power close to the end user. I'm pretty sure that putting it on the roofs of buildings that are using power is a better way to do it. I'm no expert. But it can become the smart grid, welcoming all forms of renewable energy. It can, it's funnel all existing wind and other solar and other sorts of renewable energy into the Solar Roadways grid. It's not vulnerable to terrorist attacks. Remember, that's very important. Uses existing right-of-ways rather than wild land, protecting wilderness, flora and fauna. Well, I don't see much flora and fauna on the rooftops again, but I have this weird obsession with putting solar panels on roofs. I don't know. I don't know why. Can somebody help me? Cable corridors lining each road will provide a home for cables, protecting them from the wind, ice, fire, trees, etc. Well, I think he's got a photo of that. Yeah, there he is. There's Scott down in the trenches there on the original prototype, which I thought was the best, by the way. Yeah, water's not going to get into those pits at all. No, not a problem. Hang on, we have not seen this before. More testing was desired by US DOT, so a Phase 2B. We didn't see this. Why have they never released this? Look, they've installed some panels, I don't know where, and they've just rolled back and forth with this rolling testing machine because cars, they do go that quickly. I mean, that's just phenomenal speed. I'm just going to have to slow this down. Hang on. It's way too fast. I've got this speed controller here. There we go. I've slowed it right down for you. So clearly that can, these things are tested. It's done. It's dusted. You can drive cars on these things. But you can invest in global smart cities. Market size is expected to grow from 410 billion in 2020 to 820 billion by just 5 years. Just imagine the return on your Solar Freaking Roadways shares. Just so bummed I missed it. Farms? They want to put them in farms now? Pretty sure they already have solar panels in farms, but okay. Ranches? Big in Texas. Hang on, big box stores are potential customers. Racetracks. What we need is some ponies. Install them at the trots. No worries, that's what you want. The doggies? Yeah, they can race her. Oh man, imagine the doggies chasing the little fake rabbit around on glass tiles. I'll pay good money to see that. Oil platforms, genius. You just want to install them where the oil's just spilling everywhere. I'm sold. Disaster relief, because you remember if they removed this from their website because I don't know why. Maybe they thought it was too good of an idea and they wanted to hide it, but they originally pitched the idea of that the military could drop the Solar Freaking Roadway hexagonal panels behind enemy lines. They can drop them and then they can deploy little satellite dishes and stuff like that, and they can do things behind enemy lines. That was genius idea. I reckon that they've taken that off the radar because it's just too good of an idea. They want to keep it to themselves. You don't want the enemy to be dropping Solar Roadways panels on you. It's just, man, those things are heavy. Hang on, allows optimal angle to the sun? Okay. On the cover of Parking Professional. I'll let my subscription lapse. I missed that issue. Oh, hang on. Why do we need funding now? Some customers, such as government entities, require UL approval for electronics products. They need UL approval. Yes. A lot of money required for that, seriously. Since our technology creates a new product category, UL is only able to tell us that it will cost no more than $500,000 for this certification. Solar road panels communicate wirelessly, so we need FCC approval, unless you actually used pre-approved modules, which would have been the smart way to do it. We've received an estimated quote of $19,000 for that. So they need to spend at least half of this money raised so that they can get UL to sign off, and then they're going to plaster it all. Yeah, then you can put that UL logo on your product, on your website, just like Batterizer did, which they shouldn't have because it wasn't a real certification. But this is going to be real. When you pay $500,000 and you can get your UL certification, it's done. It's done and dusted. It's a practical product because you've got UL certification. But yeah, I can imagine them charging them $500,000. So, yep. Finally, all the solar road panel modules to date have been paired with off-the-shelf microinverters optimizers. These are designed for rooftop solar and don't work well with our custom solar road panels. Yeah, because they're usually designed, the thing with microinverters is that usually designed for like quite efficient solar panels that actually generate a large amount of power. When you're generating a pissant amount of power using, stuff like this, then, yeah, you're going to need like smaller microinverters. So, yeah, absolutely. We're excited to bring microinverter design in-house. They're going to design their own microinverters. No point using N-phase ones. No, I mean, they're only designed for, bigger solar power systems. They want to design their own microinverters, offering a complete system to customers and add new product for our portfolio. You can spend years designing your own microinverter. Wow, they got someone at Solar Roadways got a guaranteed job for a couple of years. I'm sure if you contact them with your resume, if you've got inverter design experience, they'd be willing to talk to you. SR5 will be the culmination of what we have learned through laboratory testing at independent universities, pilot site testing, and 4 design iterations. Will become our first commercially available product. We are currently working with manufacturing engineers and mass manufacturing entities with an eye towards ease of manufacturing for mass production. Costs will drop with economies of scale. Our goal has always been to make the panels affordable for the average homeowner. Well, I don't care how much it costs. When it comes out available for public sale, I'm going to get one.
Identification number has been suspended and we have filed a case under your name. So before this matter goes to federal claim courthouse for you to get arrested, kindly press 1. I repeat, press 1.
Press 1.
Start your legal case. Thank you.
Shit, I'm going to have to press 1. It's kind of ironic that I just got a scam phone call when I'm actually doing a video about essentially an impractical scam. But of course, it's not really a scam. It's just like very clever marketing towards the investors in this new thing, plus the Department of, the government, because they've got money, free, money printer, go brrr, to give away. And if you give the right proposals and you have little tiny milestones that you can meet, like, oh, we've done a pendulum test on it, and it's, oh, look, give us another $750,000, please. Look at this. Well, it's just, yeah, we've tested this. Please give us another $750,000. Thank you very much. And they will, because they met the goal. But I still think, as I said, that this original prototype was the best one that they've actually installed. They actually went downhill from there. In 2011, they got that funding contract. So that's now a decade ago. And I reckon that was their best installation. It just actually looks kind of neat and groovy. It's got the big concrete channels and everything next to it and everything else, and that's what 750,000 Uncle Sam bucks actually got. And now, yeah, they've got this thing. Yeah, we've all seen that. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, I'm done taking the piss on this thing. Yep, they've raised another $1 million. They've got another government contract, which please, if you have details of what that exact amount is, leave it in the comments down below. But I'd be surprised if it's less than the 750,000 Yankee bucks that they got the last 2 times. So they've got a couple of $1 million to keep them going. So yeah, hats off to Scott and Julie Brushaw for keeping this thing going and keeping it going for many years to come. I'm sure we're going to have lots more lols in 2021 and 2022 and going onwards. This thing's just never going to die. Leave your comments down below. Catch you next time.